Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is a martial art that primarily focuses on ground fighting techniques. It relies heavily on submission holds and choke holds to subdue opponents, without depending too much on physical strength. Karate, on the other hand, leans more towards stand-up fighting. This Japanese martial art is known for its powerful punches, precise kicks, strategic blocks, and a combination of strength, speed, agility, and balance. So what happens when these two distinct fighting styles go head-to-head? Let's find out together in this exciting showdown between two powerful martial arts. First, let's start with a sparring moment between a BJJ practitioner and an instructor skilled in both karate and kempo. In this encounter, the BJJ fighter quickly takes the match to the ground, bringing his opponent down and locking in a submission technique.
As you can see, the kempo representative never had a chance. Once he was taken to the ground, simply did not know what to do. A few hits, and he is reminded that limiting his training to only punch to escape Royler's ruthless attack, he submits.
The first round was won by the BJJ practitioner. However, when the match continued into the second round, the karate instructor was defeated once again, this time by the exact same submission technique.
Royler, as he has done 1,000 times, closes the distance, takes the fight to the ground, and latches onto his prey. Once the Gracie representative establishes his position on top, his opponent is...
Moving on to the next fight, a BJJ practitioner left the audience in awe after facing off against a karate fighter. Amazingly, even while standing in a striking-only exchange, the BJJ fighter still managed to pull off a submission technique. Even so, the karate fighter refused to give up. He insisted on continuing into the second round, only to end up tapping out once again, this time to a perfectly executed armbar by the BJJ practitioner. You can witness an incredibly brutal sparring moment in this video. In it, the BJJ practitioner goes all out on the karate fighter with intense aggression, ultimately finishing the match with another devastating armbar. An epic showdown unfolds in this video, featuring a karate fighter dressed in black going up against a BJJ practitioner. So, who will come out on top?
Por un practicante de Jiu-Jitsu. Como pueden ver, una vez que fue agarrado y fue llevado al suelo y no supo ya que llaves como golpes, algunos rodillazos son dados en su cuerpo para simplemente hacerlo movilizar a la posición de arriba. Busca golpear solo para distraer y poder quitarlo. Ha dado toda su fuerza empujando y ahora está en peligro porque ya lo tiene en mount position.
After a fierce battle on the ground, the BJJ practitioner finally locked in an armbar submission that forced his opponent to tap out.
Estirando su brazo y exponiéndolo, Alex aprovecha para hacer un armbar, no dejando ninguna otra opción al joven de karate más que rendirse. Como pudieron ver el brazo, Alex es campeón.
Unlike the previous matches, this time karate and BJJ meet in a full-on MMA fight. And surprisingly, the BJJ practitioner secures a quick victory, finishing the bout in no time with a rear naked choke.
Arnold Dent in the red shorts, Elijah Scott in the white. Arnold Dent in the southpaw stance, Elijah lands a big straight right. Big punch right in the full mount. That can be a big tell as far as the grappling level that Arnold brings into the cage. Having his back taken by Elijah.
Well, looks like this could be the end of it.
Looks to be over the face though and not the throat. Although Arnold's thighs there is going to control the position.
And there it is. A tap to end the fight early.
Just like in this sparring moment, the karate fighter is forced to tap out in a matter of seconds, caught in the snake-like grip of the BJJ practitioner's rear naked choke. Both the BJJ practitioner and the karate fighter hold brown belts. But who would have thought the karate fighter would end up defeated, forced to submit to the BJJ practitioner's deadly armbar?
You got it!
Up next is a legendary match between a BJJ practitioner and a karate fighter. The two were evenly matched throughout the fight, going back and forth with skill and determination, until the BJJ practitioner secured a rear naked choke that finally made his opponent submit.
The karate team preferred to fight on tile, as they were sure they would not end up on the ground. So mats were placed around the arena to prevent them from running away. As the fighter is familiar with the right way to escape, he is very vulnerable to get hit. The Jiu-Jitsu representative on top was only 13 years old. His matches, to avoid getting hit in the face, the man on the bottom rolls over onto his stomach, which does not solve his problem. Then he will tap out.
Since the BJJ practitioner had been dominating the previous matches, this time it was the karate fighter who came out on top. He wasted no time, quickly backing his opponent into a corner and securing a decisive victory.
Ready? We got it! Unlock it. Yeah, right.
An impressive showdown takes place in this video, where a BJJ practitioner faces off against a black belt in karate. Despite his high rank, the karate black belt is ultimately defeated by a well-executed triangle choke.
Good job, bro.
This time, the karate fighter was favored in his match against the BJJ practitioner. mainly because they were fighting under kickboxing rules. And sure enough, the BJJ practitioner was taken down by a powerful hook from the karate fighter.